Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. Um, I don't even know how to. Damn, I forgot to intro my own biz. That's crazy. Um, it's been like 2 months, obviously school, and now that I'm on spring break, I can finally just sit down and yap like I normally do. So I don't even know. I didn't really have any plans for this video in particular, except I'm just gonna talk a lot, and by a lot I mean probably just for a bit, just to kind of give like a little insight on what my headspace is like right now. Like for those of you that are new, or for those of you that need the reminder, I'm currently a third year in college, and since this is the spring semester, like I'm effectively going to be done with college in like a year and change. And I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I'm also kind of excited, and that's just how I normally am about my future, so that doesn't really mean much if I'm just being honest. But yeah, I don't know. I especially in the past like month, I would say pretty much all of like late February to like the start of March. From then till now, I have been just beyond just stressed out and just anxious because it's just been so much homework and there's been so many exams and so much homework that is lined up for me that it genuinely has been starting to like give me like actual stress. Like not like stress doesn't like I'm a little stressed. Like there were straight up days where I am like literally like, head in hands, like, yo, I need to like lock the fuck in. Right. And it's like most of the time I can kind of handle that, but like I don't know what happened, but like I would say prior to spring break, like these past 3, 4 weeks, I feel like I just came off to a lot of people as just a lot more like closed off. I was just like every time I was talking to someone, I was like never giving people eye contact. I was always like eyeballing my work because I was probably either doing something on my computer or I was using the very little free time that I had to just play something with full concentration. Which, I mean, I'm sure maybe people that go to class with me, maybe someone might see this video and say otherwise, but like, I don't know, I just felt like I came off as like a lot more just, I guess, I guess what's the word? Not intimidating, but a lot more, yeah, closed off, I think is what I said before. So I just came off as very closed off, which I kind of was. I was just like tired. I just wanted, every day I went to class, the first thought I had was I want to go home, which I'm sure is like normal for with like college students or just people in general when they work, but like I really have not felt that stressed out genuinely probably in my entire life. Like I was miserable for like a good 2 weeks, dude. So I don't really have any big plans for spring break, honestly. I don't plan on traveling anywhere, so the goal is to just basically do everything that I have been stalling on, which is get back into actually watching more anime and anime movies. I recently made it a goal of mine to watch every like big name Studio Ghibli film. So, Totoro, Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, like all the big Ghibli names. I want to watch every one of those. And on top of that, I've also been trying to watch just more anime in general, but trying to watch like simpler, more slice of life anime. And the main reason for that is because I don't think I've actually ever spoken about it on the channel, but I have been studying Japanese for a year and a half at this point. Yeah, September will make 2 years of studying, but right now I've been studying Japanese for about a year and a half at my school, taking classes which are super intensive and very stressful, but usually the payoff is that I get to feel and like visually hear, like what? That doesn't make visually hear. Visualize my own progression, right? I can actually feel that I'm getting better and more consistent at Japanese. I still make a lot of mistakes, so don't expect me to show up on this channel and I can speak N1 levels of Japanese. I'm not doing that, but the goal is to at least gain like business proficiency and use this in my general career as like some form of game designer, game developer, game composer, right? Ideally, I'm going to, continue studying Japanese pretty much for the rest of the time I'm in college, and maybe try and do it to like a much smaller extent post grad, right? So yeah, so far that's been going pretty well. I mean, like I haven't failed any classes, and none of my teachers look at me like I haven't learned anything. So gotta mean something, right? Most of the games I've been playing are like typically like shorter indie games. I recently bought Greece for the first time, and I want to beat that game over spring break. I've also recently been playing Tunic as well. It's a really simple like action adventure kind of game. Not action adventure. There is a little bit of puzzle solving to Tunic, I feel sometimes, but I overall like the game a lot. I'm not that far in, and actually I didn't even point out you're probably seeing Tunic gameplay on the screen right now because I played a little bit just to kind of have some background footage. I know Tunic is a lot longer of a game, so I don't know if I'll beat it before break ends, but I want to at least get as far as I can before schoolwork comes back around and whips me back into shape. So, I also have what I say. I wouldn't say I have been drawing. I haven't been drawing that much since the last time you guys heard about me talking about it. Like this semester, I haven't really been drawing too much, except for just like mock-ups for like a group project. Speaking of group projects, me and a team are starting to work on a semester-long game, and so far that's been going pretty well, you know. I'm the composer for that game, so I guess my primary role is I'm one of two composers for that game. So it's been a pretty interesting shift. I'll post the music when it's fully done, like when the game is out and that the actual OST that me and the other team member make is more like finalized. So with this game, I have recently made like a huge change in the way that I've made the music for this game. Typically, the music I make is a lot more fast-paced and chaotic, typically. And if it's not chaotic, it's typically just generally just more fast-paced. While with this newer game, I took a much more slow, methodical approach to making the music. So the music in this game is going to be a lot more laid back. It's still gonna have that tension, but it's not gonna be as like rapid as it was before. There's a lot of like rising action and a lot of just like softer undertones that kind of like help ease the player into our new environment. I'd say I'm proud of the work I've done so far. Obviously, it's not done, but so far, I'm pretty happy with what I've done, you know. Um, what else? What else? For a little bit. Oh yeah, Invincible. That's like easy. Well, I mean, most, well, not most, but a lot of people I know have been watching Invincible. I watched all of season three. Not all at once, but I was watching season three pretty much live as it was airing. I thought this season was really fucking good, I will say. I personally was a big fan of a lot of things that they did in season three. Rest in peace, my goat Rex, obviously. And bro was about to have the craziest redemption arc, and as soon as that he was just about to turn it around, he blew up his skeleton. So that sucks. But hey, in my eyes, still the goat. As for Invincible, as for everything else, I thought it was still pretty good. I'm curious what they're gonna set up for season four. I try to avoid comic spoilers. I've never read the comic for Invincible. I didn't even know of the Invincible comic until the show came out, I'll be honest. So I've been trying to avoid spoilers, but trust me, I've watched anime. Well, I'm still like a slight My Hero fan, but I was a big My Hero fan. Everyone knows that like any people that get like the manga or comic before the show adaptation, those people just cannot shut up. So it is what it is. There's some things I've already been spoiled on in Invincible, but from what I understand, the show isn't even copying the comic one to one, so it's hard to know if these things are actual spoilers or if people are just, you know, unless we're just under the assumption that everything else is even. But I don't know. Anyways, overall, I thought season three was great. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's like the greatest form of media I've ever watched, but there were a lot of gut wrenching moments, and they did a pretty good job at like, you know, easing the viewer into them. Well, I say easing them, but presenting it to the viewer, especially that conquest fight. That was fucking brutal. Like just the actual brutality of conquest, forcing Mark to literally fucking headbutt him to death is crazy. I don't know. Oh, I've been taking guitar lessons. Well, I say that like that means much, but I've been taking guitar lessons, the electric guitar specifically. That's been going okay. I'm not gonna lie. I because of just how much schoolwork I've had, it's been really hard to actually keep up with practice outside of like the dedicated weekly lessons that we have. But that's just something I'll just have to improve on over time. And I got a little bit better towards the end, but ideally I want to make a couple changes to my own schedule. Maybe not my class schedule, but just the way that I approach homework. Which ideally I basically said I'm just gonna start, instead of cramming all of my homework into like 3 days a week, which is normally just how my schedule is. I'm gonna try and like chip away at like big chunks of homework and then small chunks and then big chunks and then small chunks. Like try and do that like every other day and tackle it. It's just hard because the way that my schedule is set up, I don't have classes on Friday, but I work on Friday. So I basically end up doing most of my schoolwork between Monday and Wednesday. Thursday, I almost like I'm probably not doing much of anything, and then Friday I just have all day to just sit there because it's like sometimes I'm waiting for I'm waiting for homework due Tuesday or Wednesday. What would I start it on Friday? You know what I mean? So that's all I really have to say. So yeah, this is basically my video of just saying my video. This is just my way of basically saying, yeah, I'm chilling. School's stressful, but that's just college. It comes with the territory. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like this or like any of the music I post or pretty much just keep up with anything I post in the future, leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends, leave a comment, you know, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.